My name is Lisa Evans, and I have been a CASA volunteer for 8 months. I have one child assigned to me, one case assigned to me, a 16-year-old girl. In addition, I'm also controller at Landmark Bank and have been doing that for about 18 years now. I volunteer for CASA for a couple of reasons. I first heard about CASA from one of the CASA supervisors here in the Columbia location. She shared some of the success stories of CASA and my heart was touched. I definitely wanted to be a part of it. Columbia has a lot of great opportunities to volunteer in the community, but this by far has been the most rewarding, the most meaningful, the most personal of all of the things that I've done in the community. I've only been a CASA volunteer for 8 months, but I find it incredibly rewarding. I've found that I tend to be the calm in the middle of the storm, which is not something that has normally been a strength of mine in the past. And I've taken that patience and calm and use it in my own personal life as well. So I've benefited from CASA as well as I feel like my child and the family has as well. I'll never forget the first time I met my CASA girl. She was really quiet and shy, and the case manager asked her what one thing she would like for me to know about her and what one thing that she would like to receive from me. And she had her head bowed and she was really quiet, but the only word she said was encouragement. And I thought, I would love to be your cheerleader. I can do that. I mean, there's so many things by reading her case file that I knew she needed, but the only thing she asked for was encouragement. And I thought, that's going to be my number one goal. And not only do I provide her encouragement, I provide her a shoulder to cry on, somebody to vent to without judgment, just somebody to listen. And I try to give her hope for the future. I received the CASA case in March, middle of March, and her birthday was just a few days later. And I thought, she's been in the system a while. I don't know if her family has have a chance to visit her. She was living in another town. And so I called and had a bouquet of flowers delivered to her. And then I came to see her a few days later and her face was beaming. She was so happy that I thought of her and thought of her that way. I don't think anybody had done that for her before in her life. She's had a lot of birthdays that were forgotten, a lot of birthdays that she spent on her own. So I think that was a great way to kind of start our relationship, knowing that I cared a lot about her and was going to for quite some time thereafter. Every child needs somebody that cares about them, believes in them, and gives them something to look forward to in their life. I remember adults when I was a child that gave me that spark, and I'll never forget them. And I want to do that same for another child, have them remember me as a positive in their life. And I think when you help children and families become successful and grow, you help the community overall. I was nervous when I first signed up to be a CASA volunteer because it is a big commitment. You have a child or children, a family that rely on you and depend on you. But I can't imagine not doing it. The CASA supervisors have trained us so well and they're so supportive. I feel like I can call anytime I'm struggling or have any questions or issues. They're there for me so that I can be there for the child.